Alright, I'm on about 3 hours of sleep. I need to go to bed soon, but I totally forgot about YouTube video, and I said I was going to be posting to hit 100k subs, and even though we're losing subs, I'm still going to kind of hold myself up to it. So, I had a big day, huge day. I fell asleep at 5 in the morning, woke up at 8:30, had problems with my dogs being, are you serious? I'm having problems with my dogs, like one of them was just really sick, so I had to make sure, I just sleep downstairs and such, and no one else was home. So, one of the biggest things for me personally that happened for me today was not my pain did get slightly better. I feel when I was in the hospital and such. I've had a lot of pain, but it started to go away, which is nice. One thing that happened today was I saw, and I don't know what you guys watch, right? But I'm big into Fortnite, and I saw one of these Fortnite creators. Whoa, hold that thought. Why is the bowler not being hit by that? That's an issue, Supercell. So this, I got dogged on. I understand. This, oh, by the way, this person specific that I saw get banned was one of the highest viewed Fortnite creators right now. So this is a very, very big deal. Seeing that he got banned. By the way, I clicked the button, fix your game Supercell. That peg ability should happen. But basically, I made a video like, yo, this is not right. If this is correct about what this guy's saying, then there is a big issue that needs to be fixed. And I'm hoping for the best, right? And so, for this person, of course, I ended up getting a comment, and it was that, in fact, big YouTuber, and he said a thing or two. I don't possibly think you have that elixir, pal. Super Sub, we really gotta lock in on this game. This is almost making yourself look as bad as Epic Games, and we're gonna get into that because basically, yeah, he's banned on Fortnite right now, and he's been banned for 30 days, and I didn't really know that. I saw his video from 2 days ago. So the problem is he was banned for a dangerous message from the Fortnite live chat, which is a chat that you can use to talk to your friends when you don't have like a microphone. I'm not even joking. But what makes it worse is he didn't get reported. It was caught by AI. And so I had a 3 hour long conversation with him. But by the way, met this guy today. I had a 3 hour long conversation with him. And come to find out, he didn't say anything bad. The worst he said is I'd smash, which in context he was talking with his girlfriend. Now, does Epic Games AI moderation know that the guy he's playing with is his girlfriend? Probably not. However, the issue comes to par where not only obviously is the fact that I smash is not a reason to be permanently banned. He got permanently banned for this, by the way. So there's that. By the way, this guy's cycle makes no sense. Supercell, we really gotta lock in on this. Not only does he know way he can cycle like that, but come on, let's log in Supercell. All right, back to my story. So he's telling me all this information. Obviously, stuff that's public, nothing secretive. Epic Games, if you're watching this, because you guys do stuff like that. Nothing secret was told. Everything that's been public on his videos, I saw. And some of the things I saw was that when a company, per se, any company, because I've dealt with Epic Games Crossfire, which is the makers of Fortnite, Rocket League, I've dealt with their Crossfire. They are awful dickheads to deal with in GTA. And so, let's see if I can get this. You would goblin curse that bridge, though, bruh. It's like so typical, it's embarrassing. Ew, what the hell? And so, I see the email, and the problem is when he got banned, obviously it was AI. Of course, it's an AI ban. There's not a human doing it. What makes it worse is that when they checked the appeal, that was also AI, and AI answered. That's an issue. Because if AI messes up the first time, it's going to mess up the appeal. How can people be so, like, when I mean people, I mean the people at Epic Games be so low-minded and brainless? A 5-year-old could have a better understanding. And that's the problem, is that games are focusing having too much trust in AI. It's not that good. And in fact, that's why there needs to be humans to be able to monitor AI, because the person that made the AI messed up, right? 100%, right? But the AI doesn't know that. AI doesn't know that it just accidentally banned a person that didn't deserve to be banned. It heard a trigger word, whether that was, again, the only word that he has said was "I'd smash." That's not a perma bannable offense ever, ever. That's not how this game works. The game is rated T. So, oh, to put it in better perspective too, um, people said the N word and get banned for a week. So for saying "I'd smash," bad, right? But there's a lot more to this story that kind of makes this a lot more worse. And it's the fact that not only is it a permaban, the way they banned him was a dangerous wording. Now, in the system of dangerous wording like this, it makes it so you can't go into the software and ban him because he's dangerous. What the hell is Epic Games thinking? And what's even worse, the way it works when it comes to, hold my thought, please. Of course you don't play Goblin Curse, bro. You are an embarrassing individual. I wish to never be you. Give me one moment, please, as I try and do this assistance. I'm so smart. I'm just so smart. I'm just gonna play Vessels at the Vit and hope that's fast. Guess who I am? It doesn't rhyme with War Brothers. What was I saying? Okay, so basically, Epic Games bans in waves. They don't do by one person. Is this retarded? Yes, but this is Epic Games we're talking about. They ban in waves. So this creator, again, one of the biggest creators, got almost over 1 billion views Fortnite wise and has kept the game alive. Okay? You mean to tell me that this person gets thrown in because of a trigger word that someone coded in to the actually people that deserve to be banned? Insane. But what's even more disgusting is, yes, he's one of the biggest person to get views in the game right now, but there's a lot more problems than just that. Because Epic Games fired 1,000 employees. And what this means is, back in the day, people used to have, by the way, back in the day, it's like 2 months ago, people had connections where they'd be able to get to talk to people, real people, not AIs. This is literally 2 months ago, where they would be able to talk to real people and to where those connections would be able to get them unbanned quickly. Now, is favoritism good? To an extent. Favoritism is good when they actually look into something that's very wrong. But favoritism is bad when someone does something wrong and they don't get the consequence of it. That's bad. So let's say Epic Games just bans somebody for absolutely no reason and they look into it deeper because he has a large following. Yay, yippee, they fixed the issue. Now it's going to be good for their game, right? But then we get to like a pro, which, by the way, happens all the time. It happened 3 weeks ago. It happened months ago, but recently, about half of the competitive players that were playing a tournament were cheating, using a cheating software. They end up banning only half of the pros, and the pros that have the most earnings and get the most viewers don't have to do with any ban. Just a slap on the wrist. Example 2 of Epic Games. All legend, all my opinion. There were pros, Fortnite pros, don't get any viewers, get maybe a couple $100 from Fortnite, okay? They don't have any impact on Fortnite. They doxed and threatened people's lives for Fortnite locations and got banned for less than a week and can still get Fortnite earnings to this day. But because an AI picked up the word I'd smash, which, by the way, this kid's a minor talking to his girlfriend. You mean to tell me this guy gets permabanned for that? Disgusting. And you might be like, what makes you say, like, I saw what needed to be seen? Epic Games is completely in the wrong. And the reason that this guy with all these views hasn't been able to reach Epic Games is because Epic Games is inconsiderate and only has favoritism towards Fortnite pros. Allegedly, in my opinion. He's not a Fortnite pro. He's a content creator. There's a big difference. If you don't know that, well, now you know. There's a big difference. And because of that, that affects how much people are able to get when it comes to the game. Okay, these people got to stop playing so gay. Like, I understand, like, this game is supposed to be played for fun, but, like, that's what the game is supposed to be for. It's not supposed to be gay, Like, gay doesn't mean fun. It's supposed to mean happy. And I'm not really too happy right now. Just keeping it honest. Supercell, just keeping it honest. You know what? At least, the one thing I like about Supercell is, okay, that barb should have been dead a minute ago. What game mode thinks it's actually physically, like, the balance team at Supercell actually has to be brainless too. Both companies brainless. At least I can love Supercell for not banning people incorrectly. Good job, Supercell. I will give you a handshake. Do I think you should have switched from the barbarian to the executioner there? No. What coding told you to do that? That's ridiculous. But what I will say is that you're not going to ban people for the wrong reasons. Sometimes. Muhammad Light shouldn't have gotten banned. But, like, going back to Fortnite, and keep in mind, let me explain to you, this kid, by the way, he has numerous YouTube channels, and when I tell you, he makes generational money. He makes generational money from these Fortnite videos. I'm not joking. And so, with this, right, you can imagine if someone actually had a job, right? And that was their job. Their job is to create content. Imagine you get to do one of your favorite jobs in the world. It's your dream to do so. Okay? Then, for an absolutely no reason on no random day, you get banned for doing absolutely nothing wrong. You're going to feel terrible. You're going to feel horrible. You're going to be mad. And what's crazy enough is that Senti has been able to effectively do this thing where it's called not caring. And honestly, I'm surprised because of how much money he makes. I would be so pissed. I wouldn't be able to function at times in the day. Again, I don't think y'all understand. He gets over 25 million views plus a month on a normal basis. Plus, he has people, he promotes their maps, which I can't really tell you those numbers, but he makes lots of money for promoting other people's maps. And then had a creator code. He was partnered with the game, and the game would pay him to make shorts. I don't think you'll understand the generational amount of money. Now, not only does that mean he can't play the game anymore, he can't play anything Epic Games at all. They banned him completely from Epic Games for a false ban on Fortnite live chat. That's disgusting. Absolutely insane. I've never seen a company be that worthless. I've said some funky things here and there when it comes to my opinions on Clash Royale and the balance team and such, but at least Clash Royale hasn't banned somebody for the most inconsiderate, despicable, incorrect AI technology BS. Never. And more so, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of something Supercell has done, Supercell is, in this instance, hasn't done anything that remarkably garbage. Like, I'm telling you, you have to, like, try so beyond hard. By the way, I'm not getting anything through. I don't think Epic Supercell has a balance team. But I'm not gonna hate them for that because they're not gonna, they're not banning people for no reason. All right, I don't think I'm gonna be able to bleed through. I think this guy is too low of an elixir count.
I picked it already. Come on, let's load. Good job. Thank you.
Yikes, that's embarrassing. All right, I'm gonna boulder the corner here. I'm gonna hit the cannon here. He's gonna do that. Thank you for the lag, Supercell. That's why I downloaded this game for it to lag. Thank you. All right, let's do that. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's. Oh, I thought I was gonna slash the tower. Okay, I got pretty lucky at least. All right, that's gonna do that. That's gonna do that. Do that. He missed. Good for me. Thank you. I'm gonna do this. He's gonna have to deal with something one way or another. It's a lot of damage we're gonna do. Plus the bowler's gonna hit the tower, and gee freaking geez, well played. So all along, I was on 3 hours of sleep, and I heard everything that was public on him being banned. And what I kind of want to give off in this video is hashtag free Senti until it's backwards. And to know that if you're a YouTuber, games can have a lot of control over you. Don't let them have control over you. If you are a channel that focuses on one game, don't make that your only channel. Don't ever put all your eggs in one basket. Not only could the channel go wrong, the game doesn't like you. You just obviously probably fought for posting on, but Epic Games genuinely, first-handedly, not only has sold me before years ago for striking one of my videos that every other creator has done before. Right? That's, there. But also, the fact of this situation right here, banning Senti. Now, Senti's not one of the only people that has happened to. I've seen some comments where some other people were actually dealing with this as well. So, the fact that this is kind of becoming a, not trend, but a way of game is disgusting. And again, these companies are just more and more going to keep using AI. But for whatever reason, they don't want to consider the fact of how incorrect AI is because someone had to code it. You're going to think that person coded it perfectly? And the thing is AI is not going to change and fix itself. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. AI is too new for it to have any consideration of it. Please, for the love of everything, go for the Phoenix. Supercell. The Goggins is more closer to that. So how in the world do you possibly think it should go for that? I'll wait. I'll wait. I got all day. You should shoot the egg. At least you didn't ban. What the fudge? That's inconsiderately dog shit. Alright, let's lock in here a little bit. Oh, Bomber. That's such a balanced, lovely card. Actually, you know what? I won't lie. Bomber is a balanced card, lucky.
Nice ability, thank you. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Thank you, good tower. Alright, thanks for not letting that hit, even though it's 2 towers higher.
Alright, so, yeah, definitely disgusting. I really, I come here on the app, and this is one of those scenarios where this game is, like, really bad. Like, again, I'm talking about Fortnite. Like, genuinely, like, this, I've seen bad games, and I've seen how the company runs their game. It's really bad, and they're not going to fix it anytime soon. That's kind of the issue also. You know what I mean? Ew, what an embarrassment of a individual living. Like, I would be absolutely disgusted with myself if I said, you know what? I want to unironically try and get chests by using Evo Executioner, a Lumberjack, arrows, and E-barbs. And Phoenix. There's just no way Bomber is just going to make me pull that far. So, yo, by the way, Supercell, you can throw the bowler rock. It's not illegal. I pinky promise. That definitely should have hit. What? You ever, like, look at a gun, bro, watch it land, and then it kind of brush off the dust on its fucking shoulders? Might as well add that animation, right? It's there long enough. Might as well make it look at its watch and be like, should I attack it now or should I wait? Alright, well, obviously, I'm not, in the best mood, because I know at any moment, AI can completely take everything from me. So it makes me feel good. So, yeah, remember that. You can get replaced by AI. Any of your jobs, no matter what it is. And GTA, just a video game, Not talking about real life. Never that.